Start to make videos regarding what I call as organic alternate path life in America, right? Which is pretty much my life. I'm going to talk about some strategies to save taxes under this, to make more money, how to invest. I'll talk about how to protect your assets. So this video I'm making is about protecting your assets under trust, so that you know what it means. Okay, so basically, yeah, these are all organic methods though. If there are an inorganic method to do anything, to make money and all that, I don't know. I already told you, I don't make $5-6 million a year. I don't make $10 million a year that I will be surpassing $100 million wealth. No, I don't do that kind of number, right? I'm just a very basic number, maybe million and a half, that's it, a year. And then just saving, whatever I could save in all these years. And then I invested, I lost some too, but the point is, that's the kind of life. So that's alternate life. I chose an alternate life. I keep figuring out ways to make, this country, do better in this country. So you know all that. I've said this in one or two other videos also. So now you know what is organic happy path life. You're from, one good college in India, you do your MS, you're H1 and you don't look left or right. That's what this thing means. And then you just keep on going. That's organic happy path life that will only yield poverty. In my mind, a middle-man's lifestyle in this country. Organic alternate path will give you some benefits. That's what I'm going to talk about from now onwards. Those are the things I can share with you. How to get rid of the visa problem, how to save taxes, how to manage expenses, how to do all these things, and how you can manage expenses, and how you can save taxes, how you can do tax write-off of some of your expenses, things like that. Some interesting things that I know, and I will share those under this. This will not yield huge results, but this will definitely be good. And how to solve some of the issues like I have a maid, I have a driver, I have this. Remember, I've started talking about these things. So front of this, I'll talk about all these things. Now, regarding organic, happy, alternate path life, right? So first thing I want to talk about is assets. You need to understand how to hide, how to use trust to hide your assets, to protect your assets, and to pass your assets to your kids. I'm sure you know there are trusts, there are living trusts, revocable and irrevocable. You should definitely use at least revocable trust that will allow your assets to pass on to your kids. For many years, I did not know how to do it easily. There are a lot of websites like LegalZoom, which allow you web-based, portal-based, self-serve portal, and you can just pay the fees and get it done. You tell all your assets, they create a trust for it. It's revocable, so basically what it means is it's more direct under your control, which is directly under your control. You should see the difference on ChatGPT, you'll know. Irrevocable means, your assets are also protected from any lawsuit. So how it works, what does it mean? You should see. I am a guy who can give you the pointer. So I always have been telling you that I will give you pointers. I'm not a place where you can learn step by step this, step by step that. That's not me. You can just Google it. You can just ChatGPT it. Now that you got an idea, I'll touch all the aspects of life like this. That way, in very short time, you learn all these things, and then you can devise your own strategy. But I'll give you strategic impact of all these things. I'll tell you how assets work. So many people do not know these things. So let's talk about that part and why they don't know. See, a friend of mine, she asked me once, what's the difference between, hey, I can just make a will. Well, when you make a will, then what happens? So why do we need trust? So trust is automatic transfer of your assets to your kids. And it also provides that protection from lawsuits. Wills is not automatic. So for wills, there's a full process. For process, government court will appoint one attorney or some officer or someone. He will go through the process. He look at the will. He will say, ABC person has to give money. They'll transfer all the money to his son, DEF. And then they will see whether the ABC is a real person, was a real person. They'll determine that, whether ABC's son is DEF, with how is DEF related to ABC. Is that the same DEF that you're talking about? Is the same ABC that is died? They will check all these things, and they'll say, okay, that PQR buildings on STU house will be basically transferred to DEF. They'll check whether STU is there or not. They'll check all these things. It's not automatic. They'll check all these things. Then in this country, all these things cost money. They can run into tens of thousands of dollars. And it's not automatic, so it will be a lot of hassle for your kids. And it will be a lot of uncertainty for your kids. What will happen? What if there is something, what if they find something wrong, whatever. So that's the reason, that's how wills work. So they call it probate process. They go through the probate process. And that's a very strenuous and costly and time consuming and uncertain process. So you don't know what's going to come out of it. Whereas trusts are automatic transfer of the ownership of assets to your kids, right? So there's a way to execute, there's a beneficiary, there's this, there's that, trustee, things like that. You should go through this. It's very easy. It's nothing. You have to take interest. Then you must take interest in these things. But I told you why it's needed. It's automatic. But second thing is how this comes. So one of my friends passed away. Actually, he was 50. It was when I was like 40 or something. He was 50. He was a little older than us, and he had alcoholism problem. And his wife, he didn't write a trust. He had this problem 1 year, and doctor told him that he has very little time to live. He didn't listen to the doctor, and he didn't even get a trust. The wife went through hell to get the house that she was living. At one point when she was on the verge of eviction, she couldn't pay the bills. Yes, the point is, guys, this creates a lot of problems for your living, your loved ones once you depart. So it's please understand the importance of creating these trusts. Okay, this is really important. Okay, protection from assets is very important. You hit a person, that person can come after you, and then they can sue the hell out of you, and then they can get a lot of money from you. And protect yourself from those frivolous lawsuits, and they will start once they know you have some big assets. They will basically they can initiate some extra lawsuits, frivolous lawsuits against you also. You have made a mistake, so that's not frivolous. After that, they can do some frivolous activities too, because they know you have a lot more money. To get more money out of you, they can try anything. So for those situations, make sure your assets are protected and under your trust. It costs very little money, but it gives you a lot of peace of mind. Okay, so I did it after my daughter older was born. I understood these things. So whenever I made sure that those are under assets, those are under trust, and it's all protected, and that's what gives me a lot of peace of mind. Okay, guys. So please learn to have this peace of mind. This is many organic happy path people follow this too. It's time consuming and doesn't cost much money. Anything that's time consuming but doesn't cost much money, these happy path people can basically they may do it, but many don't do it. But at the same time, a lot of I'm just telling you, it's definitely a must for organic alternate path life that I'm propagating here. I'll find a better name for it soon, but for now that will work, and it's important aspect. It's a very important aspect of this life. Okay, you have to have trusts. All right, thank you guys.